What's going on, guys? Back out here in Weston. Just going to be doing some light pan fishing today. Going to be going with the Trout Magnet. So it's a 1/64 ounce jig head with a small, I think it's a 1 1/4 inch soft plastic split tail. We're going to be fishing that on our Daiwa D-Shock ultralight combo. So it's Friday. It's been a long week. I just want to kind of go out here, throw this thing around for a couple hours and get into some fish. So we'll give it a shot. Should be some good mind cichlids and bluegills in here, and hope we can get into some of those. All right, first cast. There's a lot more algae here than there was earlier in the week. I think I was here on Monday. Just had a small little hit. But that's going to be a problem because we got all this junk that's going to be coming up on our lure on almost every cast here. Nope. I got a fish on? I got a fish on. Little guy. Little largemouth. Alright, cute little guy. Didn't even feel him hit. I just saw my line kind of moving the opposite way of where I was reeling. So first fish of the day, one of the smaller largemouths that I have ever caught. Oh, fish on, that's a bigger one. First cast after that little largemouth. This guy's not too big, but definitely bigger. What is this? Bluegill. Decent sized bluegill. Let's get him on top of this algae here. All right. All right, literally first cast after that little largemouth. We got this actually really nice sized bluegill, bigger than I thought he was going to be when I first started reeling him in. But nice fish once again. We'll let him go, and let's keep working our way around this little lake. What I like to do with these trout magnets, cast out, give it a second to start sinking, then a slow retrieve, then give it maybe 1, 2, 3 twitches of the rod while I bring it up, and then nice and slow on the way down. And usually on that kind of pause where I let it drop is where I usually get a lot of my hits. A couple short twitches, let it drop, a couple short twitches, and let it drop. There we go, fish on. Little largemouth. Third fish of the day, second largemouth. Unfortunately, all these guys have been really tiny. I've caught some nice largemouths on the Trout Magnet, but these guys aren't it. Fish on. Little bluegill. Alrighty, fish 4. Alright, this guy's a little smaller than that first bluegill we caught. His colors are just starting to come in. He's kind of that in-between juvenile phase and adult phase. So a little bit of the purple and the copper on the head, but still kind of like a bland, pale body, and the red on the tail is a little bit more prominent. Fish on. I think it's another bluegill. Is it? I think so. Oh no, redear. Oh, it's a redear. Come here, dude. Oh man, redear. I have not seen these too often in Florida. It's only my second one out of this lake. Look at this guy. All right, check this beauty out. It is a big shell cracker, redear, sunfish, whatever you want to call them. Biggest one I've ever caught by far. Amazing colors on the head. Only my second time catching one out of this lake, and maybe fourth or fifth in South Florida. They're down here, they're native to South Florida. They're just super rare. They don't reproduce anywhere near as much as the bluegills or the cichlids. So I am really happy with this fish. It just made my day. Beautiful colors. That red on the ear just really pops. Nice size on this one too. We'll let him go like always, but definitely the catch of the day. Oh, fish on. That's a Mayan. On the drop once again. Biggest fish of the day. But probably my least favorite, actually. I don't like these guys too much. Rather catch the bluegills and definitely that redear. All right, come here, guy. Oh, spit the hook. All right, not too bad. All right, not too upset that that Mayan spit the hook. They're fun to fight. They pull really, really well, but not my favorite to catch. Fish on. A little largemouth. Oh, spit the hook. Yeah, a lot of little largemouths out here today. My favorite thing about this Trout Magnet is that it's so easy to fish in these kind of heavy cover areas. Like we got all this algae all the way around, but this thing is so small, and if you can precision cast it, it's super easy to just work it through all these little holes between the algae. Oh, wow, that was a hit. But that's another hit. Little largemouth. What is it with all these little largemouths? I mean, I don't know what it is with these little guys today. This is the smallest one of the day, but there's just so many of them in here. So let's let that one go. I guess they had a pretty good spawn in the spring, and now all the little babies are starting to get big enough where they can actually start attacking their own prey. But this little Trout Magnet has been working really, really well. It's getting a little beat up, but so far so good. A lot of action. That redear was awesome. We'll try to get a couple more fish here toward the end. Alright, like I was saying before I got interrupted by that little largemouth, little Trout Magnet in heavy cover areas, it's so small, you can cast it anywhere, it can fit in any of these pockets, and it sinks so slowly and it moves so slowly through the water, especially when you've got a reel with a low gear ratio. Oh, another fish. Spit it. Yeah, so if you've got a reel with a low gear ratio, super easy to really put this little lure into the smallest places and anywhere that you want. Fish on. Another dink largemouth. Yep, another little dink largemouth. There's so many of these in here. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind catching them. I'd rather catch some bluegill or some larger bass because I just feel bad for the little guys. But we'll keep going. I don't really want to upsize because I like the Trout Magnet and it works for the panfish. So let's keep going and grab something larger, hopefully. fish on. Little guy, I think. Oh, look how little this guy is. Alright, by far the smallest bluegill I've ever caught, and for me to catch that on a lure is amazing. I mean, look how little this guy is. So I'm going to throw him back, and that's going to be it. So I'll be back with a quick wrap-up. Alright, so that's going to do it. Everything came on the little Trout Magnet. It was a weird day. I definitely wasn't expecting it to go the way it was. Normally when I come over here, good amount of good-sized bluegills, nice solid ones, like I think the one we caught. And then also usually a ton of really big Mayan cichlids. So it was a little surprising that I didn't get any Mayans. I hooked into that one but lost it. And then the other fish I caught were kind of weird. I've never caught this many little largemouths out of here or really anywhere. So like I said, they probably had a good spawn in the spring, and now they're just getting big enough where they're starting to prey on some smaller things in the water. That one redear really saved the day. That's the only fish I caught today. I would have been happy. Biggest one I ever caught, definitely my PB redear. And like I said, they're just rare in South Florida. They're down here. I've seen a good amount of them. I think I've caught 4 or 5, but not too many. And to catch one like that was awesome. They have kind of a bland color to them, like grayish green, and then that little bit of red behind the ear flap just makes it pop and just looks awesome. It's a really cool looking fish. And then this little tiny bluegill I caught, by far the smallest I've ever caught on anything, let alone a lure. But that bluegill, a little surprising that I caught it, but I have seen thousands of them in here today. I think they had a really good spawn in the spring and the summer too. And I had those little guys, 2-3 inches long, follow my lure all over the place today. Surprised that I was able to hook up with one. If I had the 1/200th ounce mini magnet, that's even smaller than the Trout Magnet, I think I probably would have caught 3 or 4 times as many fish between all the little bluegill, little Mayan cichlids about the same size, and all the largemouths. There are just tons of really small fish in here, here in the late summer. So I guess this lake's pretty healthy. Had a good spawning population this spring. But that's going to do it. Hope you guys liked it, and I will see you next time.